People always say an X is an X for a reason and spinning the block is stupid. Don't let Nelly and Ashanti gas y'all up, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes you just can't know what you have until it's gone. So today we're talking about 4 bags that I would love to spin the block with. So if you're interested, just keep watching. Hey, I'm Dre and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. Over here, we're all about looking and feeling our best for less. So if that's something that you're into, go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you're notified when new videos are uploaded every Wednesday and Sunday. But guys, we're going to go ahead and get into this. So the first bag I like to spin the block with is the Florentine domed buckle satchel. Now, I purchased this bag so long ago, I don't remember if I got it off HSN, QVC, I Love Dooney, or Dooney.com. I even checked my order history on all of those sites and I couldn't find it. But if I had to guess, I would say I probably got it between 2012 and 2015. And when it was first introduced, Dooney offered it in more colors. I remember falling in love with it myself when I first saw it in denim. But they also had it in other fun colors like sunflower, lavender, teal, and salmon. I ended up eventually getting it in natural and only wearing it a few times because I thought it was just too big. So the dimensions on the bag are 15 inches by 12 inches by 6 inches deep, and it's 2 pounds and 13 ounces. Now it's a gorgeous bag with buckle detailing, tassels on each side, and feet on the bottom. But as you can imagine, it can get quite heavy. Add to that the not so sleek silhouette, and I felt like I was carrying luggage every time I used her. But there were 2 things that I was doing wrong. The first is I carried too much inside. And I've learned over the years to keep the accessories to a minimum when carrying Dooney and Burke bags. I was also carrying her wrong. So even though she's technically a satchel and has 2 top handles, the handles provide a generous 8-inch drop for super comfy shoulder carry. And I've seen it worn on the shoulder and it's absolutely stunning worn that way. So the handles make it super easy and convenient to grab or put in the crook of your arm, but it can absolutely be worn as a shoulder bag. And it's probably best worn that way. So with that being said, I would love to try this bag again, but in one of the fun colors they used to have back in the day. And I don't remember what I paid when I got her years ago, but it currently retails for $558. So the next bag that I would like to spin the block with is going to be the Florentine Logan drawstring. So I bought one of these in red back in 2021 for my mother's birthday, and I had it shipped directly to her and she loved it. I decided that following December that I wanted one for myself in chestnut. And when it arrived, something was off, but I couldn't figure out what it was at first. Then after a few minutes, I realized that it was missing the pull tab, the little thing that slides up and down. So I was so frustrated, I immediately contacted Dooney and initiated the return. But after paying to ship it back, I was just over it and decided not to reorder it. So the first time I saw my mother's bag in person was in December of 2023 when I went home for my 50th birthday. Well, the leather is so buttery smooth and the patina on that red is gorgeous. But I noticed the shoulder strap was thick like this, but not wide like that. So I asked my mother about the width of the bag and she said it was very comfortable on her shoulder. So now I'm thinking I might be ready to try that bag again. But I'm thinking I want it in black. And since I'm selling my LB Black Epi leather drawstring, this would be the perfect replacement for that bag. Now I got my mother's on sale back then for like $150 or $159, and I don't know if Dooney still makes the Logan because I haven't seen it, but the Miley looks almost identical, so I could go for either one. And it's on sale right now for $159, and I've been watching it for a couple of months now, and I've seen the price go up and down, so I'm confident I'll be able to get it on sale when I'm actually ready to pull the trigger. Before we move on, I wanted to remind you guys that my free ebook is now available. It's called 5 Tips of Purchasing Pre-Loved Luxury Online. It's a quick, simple read designed to help you shop with confidence, save money, and avoid getting scammed. It is pinned in the comments. It's also in my description and it's in my bio. So go ahead and download it if you don't have it already. So the next bag I like to spin the block with is going to be the LV monogram ellipse PM. Now, I owned this bag in the early 2000s, and if I'm being real, it was a replica. A good replica, but a replica nonetheless. So my mother-in-law gifted it to me, and I don't even remember where she said she got it from, but she had only carried it a couple of times. Now, at the time that she gave it to me, I didn't know if it was a replica or not. In hindsight, I should have assumed that it was, because my mother-in-law would never spend that type of money on a handbag. But knowing what I know now and what I can remember from the bag, it was a decent replica. I do remember that the trim on the bag was real leather and it had a nice patina on it. The glazing, if I can remember, didn't look super red, but the giveaway was the dust bag that it came in and all the cards and extra stuff that we all know that Louis Vuitton doesn't include. But I wasn't familiar with the luxury market back then, so I really didn't know how to spot a replica. And I most certainly didn't know that LV was like charging at the time. Like, I didn't know how expensive it was because I wasn't really checking for them like that. But during that time, like, I thought I was doing something if I got a bag from the Coach outlet, if we just being real. But anyway, LV no longer makes this bag, but it's available on the resale market in various sizes, conditions, and price points. The unique shape of this bag is what initially drove me to it when my mother-in-law first gifted it to me, and it's the same thing that has me going back to it now. And even though I see so many of them online on the resale market, it doesn't look like many people are buying them because I never see anybody carrying this bag, which actually makes me want it even more. I did mention that it comes in more than one size, and I almost forgot they made this bag in the GM size, which is huge in my opinion. The PM is perfect and still pretty big. But eBay has them right now in the MM size for as low as $250 and as high as $3,300. So there is definitely something for everyone. Now, the final bag that I like to spin the block with is my very first Gucci. And this one really has sentimental value to me because, again, it was my first authentic brand new handbag and my mother purchased it for me. So I used to think my upbringing was middle class because of all the opportunities that my parents afforded us. Like, they paid for private school, private dance and music lessons, Girl Scouts, etc. But in reality, we were a working class family. My mother was a school teacher when I was younger, and my father was a bus driver. They did okay. Like, I don't ever remember them worrying about paying a bill. I don't remember anything getting cut off. We always have plenty of food in the refrigerator. And even as young parents in their early 20s, they owned the home that we lived in. My mother still lives in that home today. But with that being said, they didn't have money to waste on frivolous things like designer brands. And outside of fragrances and an occasional replica handbag, luxury was just not on my mother's radar at all. But my mother would always allow us one yearly splurge on something that she wouldn't normally buy. So that splurge usually came around income tax time when she was getting her refund. So this particular year, we were in a major department store. Now, anyone from my generation or older who grew up in St. Louis will remember Famous Bar. Now, Famous Bar could probably be compared to like Nordstrom or Macy's today. But that was the only department store in the regular mall that sold luxury handbags, or that sold Gucci, I should say. And I say regular because we have another mall in the St. Louis area that houses all of the luxury stores like Saks and Neiman's, Gucci, LV, etc. So back in the day, you had to go to the luxury mall for luxury purchases, unless you wanted a Gucci canvas bag. Then you could get that from Famous. The other good thing about Famous was that they had bomb sales all the time, like Macy's does today. So at the time, we were browsing the handbag department, and I saw a Gucci bag in an area that was marked like 60 or 70% off. So by the time we were done, my mother ended up only paying $80 for a brand new, authentic Gucci handbag for me. And guys, it was the cutest little bag, and you couldn't tell me that I didn't shut it down when I went to school that following Monday with that bag. But I lost that bag around 96 or 97, and I haven't seen it since. So I've looked for it a few times, but I didn't really know what it was called. So I would describe the bag in Google search just to see what popped up, and I would never find it. until a couple of weeks ago. So the other day I was searching and I found it on eBay. So the bag I'm referring to is a navy blue canvas cylinder shaped bag with a double zipper. And someone has it listed right now on eBay for $440 as the buy it now price. But the auction is actually set to go live in a few days. Now I would love to add this bag to my collection, but I'm not willing to pay that price. And I've added it to my watch list just to keep track of the auction when it goes live. So I'll keep you all updated if I should happen to procure any of the bags on this list. But that's all I have today for you guys. So let's get this conversation started. What bags in your collection didn't receive the love that they should have and deserve a second chance? Comment down below. Thanks again for watching. And don't forget, if you're going to buy it anyway, you may as well save a few coins. Talk to you later. Bye.